Hey guys, today's End Times 103, and we're going to talk on the terminology of the abomination of desolation, the mark of the beast, the image of the beast, and if we have time, the two witnesses. All right, the abomination of desolation. I've done many videos on this, but I'll just do another one real quick. Very important for you to understand. I'm just going to give you a light overview. If you go to Matthew 24, verse 15, you're going to see Jesus say, "When you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet standing in the holy place," and then parentheses, Matthew says, "Reader, understand." Then Jesus will go on and he's going to say what you are to do. So when we hear Matthew say, "Reader, understand," we want to go re-look at that verse and be like, okay, what is it that we are to understand? Well, it's abomination of desolation. And Jesus says where to go. That would be the book of Daniel. All right, I would write these down. The core verses that are going to hit home with abomination of desolation are going to be Daniel 8:13, Daniel 9:27, Daniel 11:31, and Daniel 12:11. Get familiar with those verses. We have talked on Daniel 9:27 before. It says, "And he shall confirm a covenant for many for 1 week." That would be 7 years. "But in the middle of the week, in the middle of the 7 years, he will bring an end to sacrifice and offering." That's very, very, very important to understand that this is the Antichrist. He's making a covenant for 7 years. Halfway through, he breaks it. That's how I'm interpreting it. And he's taken away sacrifice and offering. That is a part of the abomination of desolation. Abominations are going to be hateful acts that are against God, and they're going to cause destruction. Him taking away sacrifices and offerings means there needs to be sacrifices and offerings even occurring. So in Israel, and we want to pray for Israel, the Judaism faith really wants to bring back the sacrificial system. They are heavily in the Mosaic law. They believe sacrifices need to occur to be forgiven of sin. And so some way, somehow, that temple will be built and sacrifices will be implemented. And so when the Antichrist takes them away, he's taking them away because he's saying that he is God. They no longer have to do sacrifices. They don't have to be forgiven of their sin that way because technically he is God. And so that's how I am interpreting that part of the verse. So with all that said, there's more to it. He's going to say that he is God in the temple of God. And that's going to be in 2 Thessalonians chapter 4. Let me confirm. Let me confirm for you. All right. Yes, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Verses 1 through 4. That's only part of the abomination of desolation. He is going to put an image of himself in that temple. Revelation 13 will back that up. And then a lot of the Daniel verses will back that up as well. And so that's going to be a part of the abomination as well, as when the image of the beast is implemented. And then we're going to have the mark of the beast getting implemented. And then he will be killing saints. He'll be killing Christians. Those who don't follow him, he will put to death. That's also abominable. Those are all aspects of the abomination of desolation. So let's just go ahead and just look up like just maybe 1 or 2 in Daniel. So go to Daniel chapter 11. Daniel 11. If my phone cuts out, I'm going to upload this video. Then I'll just do a part 2 because I forgot to put it on like do not disturb. So if someone calls, it's going to cut that out. It's all right though. Daniel 11:31. It says, "And forces shall be mustered by him," the Antichrist, and they shall defile the sanctuary fortress. Then they shall take away the daily sacrifices. This would be the Antichrist army when we're hearing they, the false prophet as well. And they will place there the abomination of desolation. They will place there, meaning that image of the beast will be placed there. Daniel 12:11 seems to back that up as well. And from the time that the daily sacrifices is taken away, an abomination of desolation is set up. So again, I really see in that prove that part of that abomination of desolation, the main part is that image being built and then placed. I would get familiar with abomination of desolation. Very, very, very important. All right. If you want more info on it, just let me know. All right. So now the mark of the beast and the image of the beast. That's in Revelation 13. And we talked on this a little bit when we talked on the Antichrist and the false prophet. So we won't read all of Revelation 13, but why don't you just go to Revelation 13, and then we'll just go ahead and look at the image of the beast and the mark of the beast. So you want to scroll down to Revelation 13, where it's actually talking on the false prophet. The false prophet's going to be the one who's really pushing that mark of the beast and the image of the beast. Obviously, the Antichrist will be behind it. The image of the beast is mentioned 10 times in Scripture, my friends. 10 times. Isn't that crazy? Crazy, crazy, crazy. If you want, just put a comment below and I'll reference all the times it's mentioned. So Revelation 13, verse 14. And he deceives those, the false prophet, deceives those who dwell on the earth by those signs, which he was granted to do in the sight of the beast, the Antichrist, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image to the beast, who was wounded by the sword and live. That means the Antichrist will have a wound of some kind, but he will survive it. That's another note on the Antichrist going on. Verse 15, he was granted power, false prophet, was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. He causes both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except one that has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. We're not going to go major in depth with this, but I just want you to know there's going to be an image of the beast and there'll be a mark of the beast. And with this mark, you won't be able to buy or sell or anything without it, but we do not take it. We do not take it if we are here, okay? And I believe we will be here. I really do. And so we need to understand that the Lord will provide for us. I really believe he will take care of us. Do not get the mark. Do not get the image. All right. Now, the two witnesses, chapter 11. This is very quick. This is a very, very quick overview. This is not in depth whatsoever. I'm going to actually come back and I'm going to do a video just on the two witnesses because I want to spend a little bit more time here. So